Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Halloween session for The Keep. Thank you for joining us. We're so glad you're here. Oh, thank you. So we are glad you're here with us. We hope this is a spot of sunshine in your day, as our shenanigans are just all over the place, and today should be especially wild. So thank you for coming. Before we get into the game, we have a couple of announcements to get through. We are still going for our Twitch giveaway. So yay, very exciting. We're so close, guys. Once we hit 50 followers, we will be giving away a copy of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. And it has got some really cool stuff in there, guys. Like, it looks so cool. I'm so excited. So definitely spread the word, share it, spread it to your friends. We would really appreciate it. We're so close. We're so close.
Important sub note, Lauren.
Yes.
The giveaway is specifically for our Twitch followers, so you have to follow to be a participant, and it's only for those living within the United States.
Yes,
for now, until we can figure out. It's our first one. We're hoping to.
Is this?
As we get better.
And this is continental U.S. Yeah.
Alaskan, Hawaii work.
Yeah, Alaskan, Hawaii work.
Okay.
So
just want to make sure the people at home are clear for all of our Alaskan and Hawaii fans out there.
No, so definitely this is open. So once we hit 50 followers on Twitch, we will randomly generate one of those followers to receive the copy of the book, and we will be contacting them and getting that sent off to them. So please and thank you. Also, we are partnering with Take This, which is an awesome nonprofit organization that's working to decrease the stigma and increase awareness of mental health issues in the gaming community. So they do some really awesome work. If you can, donate, but it's 2020, guys. We know that's rough. So spread the word, let other people know. They do, it's much needed. Oh, so much needed. So yay, Take This is awesome. Definitely support them. What else? Oh, Dinner and a Game. We are co-hosting with them. They're another awesome Texas-based group of streamers, and they've got a slew of awesome streams. They've got Eberron and Strahd and a Firefly RPG that they're running on Fridays that I get to be a part of. So that's fun. My sleeves are like wings, guys. They just never end.
I feel you, boo.
Yep.
Look at that.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, but the poofy sleeves are the best. I love the poofy sleeves. They get a
I
little.
got this one wrangled though, so I'm good. I'm flying crooked.
It's okay. The glove's kind of important. Keep the robotic hand to thyself.
One of the days, Jen's going to take the glove off, asking me about a camera. Look what I did, guys!
Oh man.
That's almost
If only I could have been like, yeah, hold on, and then like pop up a puppet hand. That would have been so good. Next time.
Next time.
What am I forgetting?
I don't know. It's been a full week. So
well, Ryan, try not to die. Try not to die this time.
Try. I don't know. We'll see what happens, guys.
Yeah,
Y'all are in the lair of a beholder. We can make no promises of who will live and who will die.
Everything is
Ryan
doo-doo.
on screen is just like
Everything is poopy bad. We're gonna die.
Going like.
Everything is doo-doo. Okay.
You can't kill me. I'm a weak wizard, man.
Oh.
That's fired.
John with the cutting words.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dang.
Thinking about creating a new modern.
And that's when Rye took
book.
Fireball.
I'm not worried about that from Rye.
Never.
Spell sculpted it so it only hit him.
On that note.
Alrighty then.
On that note,
I do
let's
have
go
a
ahead.
video that's almost ready to come out too. By the time this one goes up, that video should go up. So, by the way, Night Shift, go YouTube.
Yes, check out Garrett's channel, Night Shift Night on YouTube. It is kind of awesome fun.
Thank
Really
you.
cool.
I don't know.
Yes.
So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the game for today.
Dun, dun, dun.
So last we left our heroes, the 11th Hour had been in the lair of the Underlord. You had a brief encounter with some of the denizens of that realm. The humanoid ones were slightly friendlier than the creatures that you have met to this point. Made your way through a room full of spell-eating slimes, killing the largest of them, making a promise to a couple of ghosts to come back and to free their bodies from these slimes and finally lay them back to rest. Nightbane was... poor Nightbane had been rapidly aged by the ghosts and brought back to life after a brief visit to the afterlife. Rye came and rejoined the group. Very briefly.
Ever so briefly.
Very briefly, before she too made a brief afterlife visit. She was brought back by very quickly by Val.
Did you see?
We'll get to that in game, so hold on to
I was
it.
gonna say,
Did you see Elfish Presley on the other side?
Elfish Presley.
Yeah, you know, it was one of the people you meet on the other side. Elfish
Wow.
Presley.
Oh gosh.
Oh, wow.
Right? Should
I can't take credit for that joke.
on the space. And then he came back.
So
Happens every time.
you have encountered these Umber Hulks.
They were awful.
You are still in their lair, in this gigantic cavern that had been an excavation of, you're pretty positive, some mithril ore that had been mined out here. You have found vague remnants, pieces of dust and just traces of the mithril that are still in the walls, but the vast majority of it, pretty much any significant part of it, has been excavated and taken away. You have made it about halfway down into the Umber Hulk's lair. You can see the tunnel at the bottom leading out. 11th Hour, what would you like to do?
Harvest.
I would like to cry.
Actually, I would like to make sure that Rye's all right.
Yeah. Checking on Rye, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm fine, darling. I'm fine. Just a little bit of air, please, and I can stand up.
Well, perhaps next time you don't jump off the 40-foot cliff.
Perhaps next time you don't bring me into a lair full of amber hulks.
You follow.
That's a great point. Can we debate it later? Let's get out of here first.
Can I look around, make sure there's nothing else we should be wary of, Umber Hulk
Yeah.
or otherwise?
And make a
Trappies,
perception check.
Hulkies.
Okay.
I'm
Perception jutsu! I'm waiting for that.
Oh my god. Jordan, I love you.
That's a DM inspiration, right?
Take a D6 DM inspiration.
That brings it to 21.
All right.
Nice.
I rolled a 5, and then I got plus 10, and then DM inspiration. That was very helpful.
Wow. Okay. So, Kazator. Oh, this is gonna throw me off so badly. Kazator, you do not see anything in your immediate vicinity, but upon taking a moment to look and to examine that vibration that was running through the walls, the presence of the Ember Hulks as they were tunneling and moving is faint, but it's still present.
Does it seem to be moving, like getting softer, like they're moving away, or just like kind of general as if there's still multiple others around us somewhere?
It's inconsistent. So you get the idea that there are probably several others that are moving around in this location. It's not a strong vibration. Like it feels distant but present.
Lauren,
Vibration.
looking at the map, are we halfway down this thing, or does it look like there's still like a third
It was
of
like
the way?
100 feet or something, right?
About 100 feet left, yeah. So
just-
you're about halfway down.
I'm gonna start
Please do not
prepping
eat
the
yourself.
rope. I'm prepping the rope for the next leg down. Is it less than 50 feet?
Yes, it is less than 50
Okay,
feet.
then I'm prepping the rope for the next.
Gonna
Journey.
walk up to Sulix and to Rye and pull out my 2 basic health potions and hand them each.
I have some.
Do you?
Yep.
I'll take it back. I'll hand the one to Rye.
Oh, thank you, darling.
And then I'd like to try to take off the claws and
Okay.
maybe the teeth.
If I remember.
Can I help him chop up these overgrown
Yeah, I was gonna say
things?
we're definitely harvesting the 2 bodies.
Okay, how much time do you want to spend doing it?
Enough to get all the major chitin off of them.
Okay.
I don't know that this will help, and I'm also going to point out this section right here was particularly grievous.
That's
Okay.
fantastic.
Can I
So who's taking the lead on harvesting these?
That one.
Okay.
Lauren, I'm
Go
drinking
ahead.
the potion.
And I'm gonna spend 10 minutes doing prayer.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, that
So-
would be very delightful.
So how long are we taking total?
That is we're about to figure that out.
I
Okay.
want, while he does his prayer of healing, what I can
You
get off in
jutsuing.
regards to, like, I figure like cutting the claws off and disassembling them, and then
Yeah.
like the mandibles would be faster, and then whatever I can get off armor wise while he's doing his prayer of healing within those 10 minutes.
So we're taking.
And I want to be helping him. I have 2 hand axes, and I also have Big Choppy that I can be using.
Okay.
So
So are y'all
Yeah.
describe the approach to this to me. Are y'all taking it more deftly slicing off the pieces that you want, or are you hacking it apart and pulling what you're trying to get?
well,
Mandible,
I don't know about him, but I'm following his discretion,
claws and mandibles.
or rather, his instruction.
Legit, just hack hack hand, take off the mandibles and teeth, if possible, and then like go in and try to more cautiously save some of the armor pieces.
Okay. For the claws, go ahead and make strength checks to see whoever's handling the actual hacking. just
Shall
to see
I?
how cleanly a cut it is.
Yeah, I'll point out what I'd like him to cut off, and I know he's got the axe of cuttiness, the axe cleaver, so I'll let him
right, where do I go?
Don't get us sued.
Off screen.
I said it last week. I'll say it again. Please don't get us sued.
Point out the
Exactly.
mandibles and the claws, and get him to take those things off.
Okay. Go ahead and D20. Yes. Roll and add your strength modifier.
Just strength by itself?
Yep.
Okay, that's 19 total.
Okay. So the claws, no problem.
Whack.
Clean cut through. You have started to figure out the details of some of how these creatures are put together, and you find
There's a part of me that doesn't know that information because I don't like them.
Put it in the back.
You find the joint where it's going to be most easy, like the most simple way to separate the claws from the body itself, and you straight through, clean them right off.
Cool beans. I do that.
Okay.
Lauren, while they're doing that, I'd like to use clairvoyance to see down at the bottom of that tunnel if I can get an idea of what the layout is to figure out where the exit's actually at.
Okay. Clairvoyance. That sends a sensor down there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna set it just to sight, not to sound.
Okay. So, sure thing. You send it down, and you can see across from where you came in, not quite directly across, but there's a tunnel carved out. It looks to be some old remnants of sort of like a mine cart, a track that multiple carts would use to carry things out. There's a brief tunnel, and it opens into a dome-like cavern. In fact, it is exactly dome-like. It is a perfect dome. 20-foot diameter. The room itself is perfectly spherical. There's a circle set into the floor, and there are... Let me make sure I'm telling you this correctly. There are 4 glowing green symbols set onto the wall, and 1 glowing blue symbol. As an arcanist, as a wizard, you are very familiar with these as building blocks for various spells. The 4 that you see are Erz, Ko, Zo, and Dax.
Say that first one again.
Erz. E-R-Z.
I wrote that trouble.
Code, Go, and Dax.
Erz, Ko, Zo, X-O, and Dax.
Okay.
How does it get?
Are there any Umber Hulks down there as well?
Not that you see. That particular tunnel, from what you can see in this larger cavern area, and the tunnel itself is a clear path out.
We're not going back to Dax.
I don't know.
What was
where you
Dax? I
gentlemen
don't even remember.
Oozes. Dax's ooze.
Oh,
okay.
because I'm trying to like write it down on notes. Okay.
I got the map. Dax is bad.
I don't know how you gentlemen are feeling, but I'm prone to just teleport myself right down there. And I can take one person with me, but I'm not sure about the rest of you.
I could do the same with 1 or 2, depending on how we do it.
If you don't mind teleporting.
Garrett, you're zoning out again.
What was that? Carrot?
Yeah.
We gotta wait for him to catch up.
He's buffering.
The force is strong with him. It's interfering with the technology.
It's hard to send a signal from a galaxy far, far away.
Lauren, while he's buffering,
I said in.
so I can put in the bag?
Okay,
I
y'all
good?
glitched. What was that?
Okay.
I'm dying inside.
Garrett, don't die. Choose life.
Lauren, 2 Umberholt claws that I put in the bag.
Oh, good. Can be heard. Great. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
I said I'm willing to go with the teleports if we're ready to go. That's all it was.
All right.
So
Everybody-
harvesting all that didn't take very long, I assume.
Do I need to go get the red one?
Maybe.
Golly, I do have it.
Between for the claws, that was pretty quick. A minute, just to get everything lined up and then cut cleanly through and collected. Go ahead and roll for the mandibles.
Am I chopping again?
Are you?
Or
Are you chopping, or are we doing more slicey dexterous?
that's the conversation I want to have with Halbard. You want me to
Have
do
that
it?
conversation.
Yeah, you want me to do it?
With the mandibles, does it look like it would be... No, I'm just going to hold a mandible out and like as close to the mouth as you can get. Just whack one, grab the other one, whack the other one.
I mean, so far as I'm concerned, let's just take the head. Anyway,
I'm thinking about weight ratio because I ain't strong boy.
I mean, you right. Wait, were we throwing him in the bag?
The claws are in the bag.
The claws are in the bag.
Can we just do that? Can we dunk the whole head in there?
The head is a bit large to fit.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Go ahead and Halberd, if you're gonna choppy chop for the mandibles, roll a strength check.
Well, I'm holding them so Dorn can chop them. So I'm holding
Okay.
it rigid so that it's not like flopping all
Yeah.
over the place.
Okay, so Doran, roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
The slow-mo hair flip.
Oh,
Nah.
I roll. Did roll. That is a 19.
Okay,
Don't underestimate my power.
it is a success.
Last
Go
week
ahead
was
and grab
doo-doo.
the set of mandibles.
Yeah.
Mandibles in the bag.
We got the
Mandibles in the bag.
mandibles.
And then the two front arm plates, can I try to skin those off?
Yes, this one is going to be a little bit more. Describe to me how you want to do it.
I am pulling out my +1 dagger.
I'll hold the thing in place for him to whack.
I'm going to
I'll hold the arm sideways on the ground. I imagine the arm is fairly big,
where the
so he
joint
can
connect.
cut along the line he's got to cut.
Yeah, where the joints connect and attach to like the sinew and the muscle. I'll take the +1 dagger up, and I'll work around that sinew and pull it up, and then work from the outside.
I imagine this chunk of the arm is like really big, so I probably have it propped up and like held in place on the ground. And as he goes, I'm like rotating it for him so he can do the thing. Yeah.
Basically,
Words
like you go for a lobster or a crab, and you're just like,
Mhm. Go ahead and I'll let you roll your dexterity for this one.
thank you.
You're welcome.
17 + 5 is 23.
Ayo.
Success.
22.
Yeah.
22, 17 + 5.
Not bad. Thank you.
I got you, boo.
I don't think I'm dressed correctly. I think I
We're
did.
good at maths.
My college didn't require math.
You went to college?
Mom
did.
went to college.
Whoops.
You did too, actually. So, and then I don't know what amount of time that would take, Lauren, on that.
The mandibles and the claws pass pretty quickly, 5 minutes for everything that you get there. The arm is going to take a little bit longer, we'll say. With as large as it is and as careful as you're having to be, and then the act of actually like separating it off after you've gotten the edges of it cut, essentially peeling it away from the flesh and the sinew. We'll say about 15 minutes all told.
I really want to deny, but I'll let it pass.
Yeah. So, 10 minutes into all that, everybody takes 18 points of healing.
Yes!
Awesome.
And I'm at max.
Praise him.
Thank you.
Booyah.
Miss Raw, you were talking about the ability to teleport yourself down there with one other person. I'm guessing this is some type of doorway dimensioning.
Yes.
This door can do that. So if you both could do that, that's 4. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
I could
Yes.
do 2 if I use polymorph instead.
Why do
I
you
have
want
the
to
rope. I can continue to climb down. I can meet you all down there.
Well, you leave it to me, and I can head on down and meet you. I'm maybe a little bit better climber.
I do believe Halberd might be a little bit better at this than you, Sonics.
Most climbing is strength, which I have.
Yeah, but rappelling? I'm not wanting to climb up. I'm wanting to just ease my way down. Unless you want to go back up.
They can argue about who does what.
I have a magic.
They can argue about that. I'll accept the free ride.
While they're arguing, I'm just
Fantasy
going to put
Uber.
my hand on Doran and dimension door down.
Okay.
I think it might be
Yeah,
easier
Very
to-
quickly,
to
flash
polymorph
of blade.
to carry a lighter person.
Head on down.
I've never done Uber
Point
before.
at-
You're supposed to tip, right?
Point at Casator. Just silently do the.
I will say, yeah, I will say for the weight aspect of this, if I am using polymorph to take 2 people instead of dimension door to take 1, it would probably be best to take Val and Halberd.
I can meet you down. You get down there, and then if I need cover, provide cover for me.
I don't want you.
I'll be fine.
I think we'll wait a moment and let you start climbing so we're above you in case you get into trouble.
I
So-
agree with this man.
So, Lauren, I'm going to start
Otherwise-
with my magical rope, have it attached to something, climb down, call it to me, attach to something, climb down. As long as a gap between is no greater than 50 feet, I can use the rope. Because it's a 50-foot rope when it's not it.
Yep. The longest length you go is 45 feet. So you are successful in getting yourself down onto the ground. It takes a little bit over the next, 5-10 minutes or so to go, and it's a slower process climbing down. But you are able to fairly safely get yourself down.
Maybe
For
next
sake
time
of brevity.
we start with the polymorphing taxi rather than trying to climb our way down through a nest.
I've never used Uber. You're supposed to tip, right?
I'll toss Casator the
Fantasy
copper
Uber.
coin.
Yeah. Fantasy Uber.
I'll take it. Bring that down.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm going to say, here's my tip, my friend. Ride was a little bit bumpy on the left turn, but other than that, it wasn't bad.
Fantasy Karen, thank you.
And
I don't think there was a left turn. It was straight down. You've been drinking again, Halberd.
I have been, but you should have taken a left turn at
I
Albert.
mean, I just say thank you.
No, I'm gonna put then we
I
can
said thank you back in Dwarvish.
start moving.
All right, I forgot. Languages are a thing.
You got another.
Lauren,
Yes, ma'am.
Lauren, you noticed something that you hadn't ever noticed before. Rye has a charm on her horn,
Oh, good.
and there's something in Infernal that is written on it. You couldn't read before; it was a mystery to you.
Oh, okay.
You see it now,
What does it say?
right?
Is this what I think it is? My soul belongs to the library.
Oh!
It's interesting.
I'm out. Run that one by me.
I thought you were gonna get it by him. I was like, man.
Interesting.
So,
That's interesting.
with my passive of 20 and the fact that I learned Infernal, have I seen this?
Probably yes.
Okay.
Actually, how? It's small script. You'd have to be fairly close to see it.
And she
But
was
when I-
not in her tiefling form a lot.
I know. No. What about when
I
when I
don't-
walked up and hugged her earlier today? Like when she first came into the.
You mean last week?
I'm just asking. But I'm saying earlier in this
Earlier
day.
that day. Yes.
Yeah. Game day.
Game day.
It's game day, y'all.
I'll give it to you. I
Lauren?
think Yes.
Also, just curiosity, how about the time when I was carrying her dead body, or
Oh
I
my
carried her with my hand, or
Solix, at that point you were
You have
a little
12
bit
passive.
preoccupied.
That's
You were a
also
little
Don't even.
preoccupied.
just
I mean,
saying,
that is combat.
Asking the DM.
I know
question.
Infernal.
You know,
You have a
Infernal,
12 passive.
you were not with everything that was going on in combat, you were a little more preoccupied by the fact that she was dead in your arms.
I mean,
You're having visions of Audir running through your head.
no, I like Audir.
No, he was like, "Darn it, I don't want to be a lawful good character right now."
No, the difference is I like Audir, and that was a setting. This is right.
Man. That's rough.
She has value.
Tell us how you really feel, man.
All right, so we're at the bottom.
Right, so
I'm gonna
I
keep
don't know if we want
that myself for the moment. I don't want to.
So if y'all are just heading down, you're climbing down, you're doing your thing, you're not spending a whole lot of time after harvesting everything. It's a fairly safe climb. Is there anything else y'all want to do in here before I move on to the tunnel?
Nope.
Nope.
Is there
One last time at the bottom.
Oh, that's what we want to do.
I want to look and see if there's anything in this room that catches my attention.
Make a perception check.
I was going to say, now that we're at the bottom, presumably, potentially the least visited place, I would do one check for Mithril before we head out.
Modified 20.
Alright, Kazator, perception check.
Mm,
And Halberd, you're looking for what, just anything
gummit.
out of place, or... Halberd.
Sorry. Anything that would really catch my attention, anything that would stand out, something either dangerous or something to go look into a little bit more that might prove to be valuable or useful. So it's not like I'm sweeping the ground looking for veins of mithril, but if there's a tunnel, I'm taking note of that. If there's a chest or if there's a pile of something in the corner, I'll take note of that and I'd go look at it and see what's there.
Right. There's another tunnel, only half covered. There's a burrow beyond it, heading deeper into the stone. So you can see through that down when you're down here on the bottom. Apart from that, there's a scattering of whitish, brittle material. It kind of cracks a little bit when you step on it or move it. When you touch it, it breaks easily in your hand.
So like the don't look.
You know
down,
what is?
And then he looks down and freaks out.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh.
It's not everywhere. It's not.
Doing a Halloween episode, and they decided right before we started we were going to dress up. I was like,
Hey, Jordan!
give me 1 second, sorry.
You're good. You might want to mute yourself.
We can all hear it.
There we go. Thank you.
Talking to his roommate. Don't worry, you muted.
Right. So, Halberd, with his experience in the past, would recognize these are probably bone shards. These are probably the remnants of the Humber Hulk's various meals. You're not finding anything in particular valuable or noteworthy around it.
Cool.
That was good, Brenda. Thank you.
More like chew toy temporarily.
Since Jordan had to step away, he was going to look for mithril, and if he was going to do that, I was going to help him. I don't know what he rolled, but can I help him?
Can I also? I mean, because I've had such great success so far.
All right, are y'all just taking a look around, or are you investigating this bottom floor? Describe to me how you're doing this.
Real quick, how big is this bottom area before we go into the tunnel?
Roughly 30 feet across.
Okay.
For kind of oblong, egg-shaped-ish.
All right, then yeah, I'll take a pretty good, thorough look at for mithril.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really would like to have some, because reasons.
Because dwarf.
Because dwarf. Okay.
Anybody
Roommate.
who's looking can go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm gonna try again with the yeet dice.
Roommate knocked on door, and I was like, "Oh man." So for my mithril searching, I rolled a 13,
Okay.
and then I realized I forgot to do my perception jutsu, so I did that and re-rolled, and it was 22. So that's unfortunate. Gotta remember.
I got
Don't
a
forget that
28 on
perception
mine.
You got a what?
28.
I got
Okay.
a critical F-bomb.
Oh.
It's last week again.
Alright. So Doran and Kazutora are looking, just not finding anything. Val. Halberd is a little distracted with the bones,
Sure.
but he shifts some of them away. Sweeps some of the chips off. You find a small stone. There's not a lot in it, but you can see a little vein of mithril running through it. It's small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, and it's not pure mithril. It's a vein of it running through the rock. But even this small amount is gotta be pretty valuable.
I will pick up the rock and I'll meander my way over to Doran. And I'll look at him and be like, I'm not sure how much you can do with this or how much we can get for it, but any little bit helps, and I'll hand him the rock.
Oh, any little bit is worth a lot. So we can do something with it for sure. Don't underestimate the power of the mithril.
Doran has a vein of mithril.
Yeah.
What? How well does that conduct blood flow?
That wasn't even dad.
Wow.
That was.
Oh, I'm so proud. He's done a joke like I do.
All right. On that note, I will open the light and
Awesome.
let's make our way down the tunnel.
Yep. On the tunnel.
So what should I write down for this stone? Palm-sized mithril stone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright, y'all head down the tunnel. It looks to be very familiar to those of you who have seen these before. Right, this is the first one of these that you've seen. This is a domed cavern. There's the circle in the center. There are the glowing green symbols and one glowing blue symbol.
Does this area look familiar to you?
You talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, darling. I didn't go this route.
How did you go?
I made friends with people, and then those people took me where I needed to go.
More importantly, we sealed the tunnel behind us with stone. How did you end up where we were at?
Black magic.
She had
They
to
knew
have
where you were
teleported to
at.
us somehow.
She just.
Oh, of course they did.
I know how to work this, darling. I went back there. I heard this fabulous tale about an arbiter and then the ranger helping him negotiate. We discussed this previously.
Right, so
And I just asked them to take me wherever you were so I could observe the ensuing madness.
So when you came into the tunnel the first time, when you met Baitfish the first time,
everything.
You didn't come in through a teleportation area. You came in through someone who actually just took you right to spot.
Yes, I went to the front of the cavern and I said, hello, I'm here to negotiate with the Underlord, and came in and I met a lovely group of people. Very fascinating, actually, the culture that they've developed down here. I think it's something that I really does need to observe and explore a little bit more. And through conversation with them was brought to the Underlord.
All right. I was just curious because I was rather confused, so thank you for enlightening me. I
Of
appreciate
course, darling.
It would suggest that if she was able to make her way there without a teleportation circle, that this way is entirely unnecessary.
I feel
It
like
did say something about you being on the hard route.
I believe that.
Shock.
I just don't know if they'd allow us to go through the easy route after our conversation.
Yes.
I know they weren't going to
They
take
sound
us.
Absolutely delighted with you. You might be able to get through.
I might. Which might be all we need anyways, but...
Ryan, just a question here. They seem quite taken with you and with Quesator, if my understanding is correct. Despite our traveling with the Arbiter and the ensuing chaos that happened in their discussion, do you think it would be possible for us to revisit them and perhaps negotiate a audience with the Underlord directly?
We could say that our mission here was more important than the Arbiter, and I could cast Feign Death on him.
I would rather not have that happen to me personally. But I appreciate it.
Lauren,
to Solyax.
That would be...
What kind of conversation did I actually... How did that end up going with them? How receptive were they?
To you?
Whenever I brought up the fact that I was like, I want to go find these people, did they seem like they were like, oh yeah, sure, and we'd love to talk to them, or was it more kind of like a, what's wrong with you?
More of a when you said that you were looking for them or expressed interest in them, there was sort of a shuddering of expression of sort of a closing off and a cooling of temperament. You get the impression that Solyax scares them, and they would be just as happy if this whole group disappeared and were never seen again.
Well, that's just rude.
Sharks.
I don't believe, darling. I don't know that you would actually be able to go back and find them, and if you did, I don't know that the welcome you would receive would be a good one. And having seen some of the resources, I don't know that it would be one that you would necessarily be well equipped to walk away from, especially with everything you've been dealing with. So, well, I do think Quesator and myself, we could probably talk our way back to seeing the Underlord. I don't know that we would be able to bring any of the rest of you with us.
So it was a question worth asking, but
I am curious, and if you'll indulge me again, are you here with us just for the amusement's sake, or what exactly are you here for with us?
Amusement is much to be discovered and desired, and you have been quite entertaining for me for the past month or so that I was dealing with you. So, and of course, I'm never going to say no to seeing some familiar faces whenever I'm walking through these halls. Now, the experience I've had recently is making me question some of my decision making, but I am happy to entertain a little bit of time with you. The library has, I have been able to exchange goods with them. So I have a little bit more time and see to myself, although I may, whenever we do return to Grimhold, take a few minutes to connect with them just to make sure everything is well on my way.
But once again, I'm just curious exactly, like, why are you here? Is it just merely for the sake of amusement, or is there actually any value that we have to you within this? Because I understand that we are rather amusing and sometimes befuddling and sometimes bumbling as well.
That last one a lot.
But we do take care of our own, and I'm just curious.
Look at where we are.
Business here.
Just being honest.
It is wonderful to see a familiar face in such a dark place. But are we merely entertainment, or are we actually people and friends?
I don't know how well I could say that any of us would consider the relationship here to be friends, good acquaintances, closer to some than to others, I would say, but that is something that could definitely be built and developed. I mean, there's obviously the opportunity for a healthy relationship, but do I intend to see any harm with you? No. I don't know how interested I am in continuing in battle with you.
But are you even here interested in helping? Because I'm not sure.
Well, you know,
Assist in what manner, darling?
you know what we're here for.
Yes?
You know what we're trying to do to help our sanctum, plus we all have our own personal agendas we're seeking out. You know all this, so why are you here? It's obviously dangerous. Sure, we can be entertaining, but you could be safe in your little library, not risking life and limb with us. So why are you?
Safe in my little library. You know, very, very little.
Library, I don't know. I've never been there myself. But I am curious because you are on good terms and you're willingly coming along with us who are not on good terms, insulting us in the process of being with us, while also making yourself not necessarily best of friends with the Underlord or with us. So I don't quite understand what exactly you're trying to accomplish here. And I enjoy your company and I like you being here, but color me confused.
Are you requesting assistance?
I'm curious. I'm requesting understanding right now.
At the moment, it is similar to the situation that we were dealing with prior whenever we were traveling from Grimhold to Whitebrand. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes.
We encountered danger and trouble there, and I was present for that. And again, familiar faces. It was of interest to be beside you. Now, if you are requesting assistance when it comes to the Underlord, well,
no, I'm not
opposed to it.
Because you put yourself out of position moving to him by coming to us based on everything you've said. And when you were moving with us towards this direction, it was to aid you. You're not aiding yourself right now unless you've actually made unfortunate terms with the Underlord.
Oh.
So I'm not quite sure why, because you were on good standing enough to come back and to be permitted entrance and to bargain with this person, and that's what you wanted, you said, was information and changing of goods and gaining more information and access for the library and artifacts that you have. And instead of actually walking that road, you diverted from that road and joined yourself with us. So you can't tell me that it's mutually on the same path, because you aren't. You could have gone in on a peaceful manner and had a better interaction than coming and joining us. So I'm once again, I enjoy your company, but I don't understand.
I go where the DM tells me to go.
I still believe I'm going to enjoy a peaceful interaction with the Underlord, barring other plans present in this room. I have no issues with him, and he is well aware of your presence. And I would say that based on conversations I've had with other groups, there have been some who have walked the same path, met with the Underlord, and well, yes, you may not have got on well with his people who live here. That doesn't necessarily mean that the Underlord sees it that way. He has a very precocious nature. So in regards to me deciding to walk this path, admittedly, I was unaware to the extent of some of the dangers that it would possess, obviously, or else I don't think I would have willingly walked a path that led to my untimely demise and then return. Just a personal thought. So was I unaware a little bit of the circumstances I was getting into and thought, oh, I'll just follow some friendly faces as they go about their adventuring. I've seen them do this before. Yes. So kind of be a little bit ignorant in this particular turn of circumstances, but it's where we find ourselves.
So I would like to insight check that, because I've never noted Rye to lie to us, but this doesn't quite make sense.
But Rye also lies.
Yes, she does.
Okay, contested check. Halber's insight, Rye, persuasion or deception. Don't tell us which.
Can I actually get in on that too? Because I don't like Rye.
I don't dislike Rye. It just, none of this makes sense as to why she's exactly
specifically Solex.
Yeah. Could I? Because I was also questioning her. Get in on this insight.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm less concerned about, like, I dislike her as much as I care about the people around me, and I care about Rye as well, and I want to know where things stand, because if we're walking this and she's part of a crew, okay, like, my blood is her blood, so to speak, I'm there for, but if she's not, then is she actively putting us in harm's way?
No, 100%. That's a 16.
Halberd?
26.
Yeah, both of those beat mine.
Okay. So, Fry, what did they pick up from your body language? Not necessarily that you have to tell them.
Right.
You understand.
You get the impression that she is weighing two loyalties and trying to figure out how to walk the balance.
Okay.
Well, here's a thought. Rather a question. How did your meeting... I went to capture... Not Jack Sparrow, it's Doran. How did your interaction with him go? You say everything went fine. How did it go?
Oh, it went fabulously. I went in and I chatted with him and explained the situation that I was dealing with. He tried to do a little bit of funny business, but we handled that succinctly. Consent is very important, darling. So we had good interaction, good discussion, good content. I put to him the things that I was interested in doing, and we managed to come to a amenable agreement, and I went upon my way. I noted to him that there were a couple of things that I thought the library would be interested in, and I might be coming back.
You were able to retrieve what you desired without having to give up anything?
No, there was negotiation in place. It's the art of the deal. Like, you do not walk into a situation and just take from the Underlord.
What did you negotiate with? What did he ask in return?
I had a variety of items, and I displayed them to him, and he decided upon which he felt was the best to add to his collection.
More of a swap for an item, not for a bargain or a deal or a promise or anything like that. It was more materialistic in your dealings.
A deal? What do you mean by...
I don't know. We've encountered individuals who will give you a material for a promise,
something,
a death, something along those lines. I was curious if he dealt in those type of things, or if it was just materialistic item for materialistic item.
I have heard from conversation that sometimes whenever he finds someone who has things that of interest to him, he would like to bring them into his collective, but that was not my experience with him.
Well,
that was more my experience.
Pardon? What, darling?
That was more my experience, was less material and more skill-based. You might say, under the circumstances in which I met him, the trade was my skill for my life.
Has the trade been completed?
I'm not entirely certain. I got my end. I'm not exactly sure what he expects from me.
What was your end? Just your life?
There was less of a negotiation and more of wriggling out of a sticky situation in which my skill was intriguing enough to him that he decided to keep me. And thus we find ourselves here, and I assume that will be a part of the negotiation when we reach him.
For sure, darling. It will definitely be a part of the negotiation.
Yes. My interactions with the lovely people of the Artisans Guild down here seem to suggest that aside from giving him your masterwork, there was not really an amicable way of leaving once he had decided that your skill was notable.
We'll have to talk with him about that, won't we, darling?
Certainly.
Miss Roy.
Yes.
Where's your home? Where's your family? Do you have one? Where do your loyalties
At the library.
And what does that mean?
My family is at the library. I'm not entirely sure where you're going with this, darling.
My family's dead except for these people here. My loyalty is to them. And I will take care of them and I just want to know what exactly you're working towards and what you're working from.
I have never been quiet about the fact that my first loyalty is to the library.
And what does that mean for these people?
For which people? The people in this room or the people...
Right here, with you.
What it means is that if it comes between you and the library, I will choose the library, but the goal would be that it would never become a choice between the two.
That sounds similar to someone we met not so long ago. Right, Val?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Val spoke a similar company line when we first met him.
That's a way of putting it.
I don't see any reason.
Appreciate the fellowship that has developed here, but mind to add, as much as I do enjoy and like the majority of you, I would not say that there is a bond after a month that would lead me to forsake 30 years.
No,
That's what I understand, which is why I'm just curious exactly how amiable it is to have us here in a situation such as it was that just happened. If one of us were lying dead on the floor, would you cut and run if it threatened your allegiance to the library? In which case, I don't know if it would actually be beneficial to have you with us or not, because, as I said previously, we're walking a dangerous road here, and I enjoy your company and I want you here, but not at the expense of having to worry about what this crew has to deal with, especially with what's down the road. We have an underlord to talk to, we've got Dragon Throne to go to, we've got dragons flying all over the place attacking our sanctum, and then we've got Kasador's sister that we want to get to as well. In our party, as you've noted and made jokes about and insulted and spoken honestly, which I appreciate the honesty, has a propensity towards things not going as nicely as we want.
Noted.
As such, I would rather not have to worry about looking over my back shoulder when I'm having to try to take care of the people that I care about and love, when I know someone has a loyalty not to the same sanctum as us, but to an entirely different sanctum, and has actually blatantly just stated that, and that if anything were to come within the position of threatening that allegiance, we are the ones who would be sacrificed. I'm sorry, that concerns me.
That being said, though, Halvin, I think that is taking something to an extreme that we have yet to encounter, because there's nothing that I can think of that may threaten her allegiance that would require a sacrifice. Now, there might be something that could sacrifice her connection, but her allegiance is her loyalty. That's where her heart is set. My heart, as much as I admire and care about all of you, I still am loyal to the Sanctum.
100%.
But
And
that
which
being
sanctum is
said,
that?
being said,
Which sanctum is that now?
that is irrelevant.
No, it's not. That's a valid question. You can't say something's irrelevant when it's relevant. So answer me the question.
Well, it doesn't have a name. It's all Sanctum.
Okay.
So,
Say that again. Say that again. It's what sanctum?
okay, quit playing jokes.
It's our sanctum.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm just curious.
That being said, my point being, there's nothing that I can think of in this world that would threaten her allegiance, her loyalty to her sanctum, and require our sacrifice. If there were, then we deal with that as it is. But that, I don't see where the Inquisition needs to happen here and now.
I'm just curious about what exactly is the point, because I have no intention to be used.
Well, that is a very good question. Rye, is it your intention to use us to your own ends and abandon us at the earliest opportunity?
No, darling.
Okay.
Not at all.
So that being said, and actually, with my insightfulness, can I insight check that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Zone of truth. Let's get it all out there.
I don't have that one prepared.
Listen, some
I'm
of
a
us
terrible
don't have spell
person.
slots.
That's a 26.
Yeah, that beats it. I'm not lying. I will go so far as to say that there's
Dang.
more to it, but I'm not lying.
Okay. And that being said, I wholeheartedly believe that there is no duplicity, that she is not trying to use us,
I also don't think she's telling everything about it.
and nor should she be required to. Everyone's entitled to their path and their secrets. I haven't told you everything about me. I don't intend for you to have to tell me everything about you. That being said, right now we're sitting in the lair of an enemy that, at the moment, has the advantage on us. I think we at this particular moment, we should take every advantage that we can, including a being who is in his good graces, and get the nine hells out of here.
I don't disagree.
And if we want to run the Inquisition later, at least then we'll expect it.
My desire, though, Val, is to understand is you just made an assumption that she's an advantage to us. I don't want to disagree with that, but I want to be sure I'm taking an advantage with us and not a liability.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen her cast any...
She's never cast fireball against us, I understand that.
I have not seen her range of her abilities, and that fair, you didn't even know the full range of mine until earlier today. And there's still things that I can do that you haven't seen.
I truly believe that.
So,
and I understand that.
Right. Is your intention to aid us as we move forward?
Or to aid yourself?
Or to... well, aiding us in this particular case could be aiding us.
Sorry, just yourself.
That's a more fair question.
Can you ask it again? Because there were about 3 there before the end.
Sorry. Is your intention to aid us as we move forward, or is your intention to only aid yourself in your pursuits?
I am here to assist as you would require. I have made it well known I have absolutely no interest in actually fighting a beholder, and I think, as we are told, it may not necessarily go well for me to get in that sort of position, but I am indeed here to aid, not necessarily to cause issue.
Us knowing that, we know where you stand, and that makes you a less of a liability, because now we know what to expect from you.
Also, a quick question. It's understood that you do not wish to fight one. If a fight were to ensue, would you partake?
It would depend on the circumstances, darling.
Fair enough.
I think that's fair.
Fair enough.
On that note,
I do believe that, for one, very tired, and I do not know about the rest of you, but there is no safe place. These could be one of the safer places. I propose, Casador, can you dome?
Can.
Do you dome, bro?
Can we take a moment here?
I prefer to be a little farther away from the nest if we could.
Yes, but we don't. And looking at these symbols ahead of us, we have Dax, which is the ooze pit, which
is bad. That's bad. That's very, very bad. We're going to avoid that until we are healed and rested and not dealing with this crap.
Zoe is the Geo Cavern that had the golems that we did not face and ran from.
Lovely place, darling. I have been there.
Then we have Ko and Urs, are 2 places we have not traversed yet.
Alright, that's fair enough. Better the enemy we know than the one we
Now,
don't.
I can say this, though. We can go to Zoe, and there is a portal to Ard from Zoe. Ard is the entrance.
Lauren, does that track?
In my notes.
I know, just making sure. Or make sure, like, nothing close behind us.
So,
to be perfectly honest, Odd sounds much better than anything else.
So we could do a quick hop through Zoe to Ard, take a rest at the entrance, and then from Ard go... Well, we've been to everywhere else.
Are there symbols here that we cannot get to from any other cavern, because we cannot afford to give that up?
Well, here's the deal. Yes, Ko and Ertz, we cannot access
everyone.
that.
Okay.
However, we could through
We never
Ard-
went to Rokang, I don't think.
Well,
No.
through Ard we could go to through, and at through we have access to Law and Rokang, which we have not seen yet. So from
But my
Ard,
question is, are there any sigils in this room that we have only seen in this room?
no, we saw some.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
saw some at Dax and some here.
Okay.
That means
If that, as long as that's not the case, because we could not
Well,
afford to
pretty
come
much
back through the
everything is
oozes
Yeah.
and the Umbra Hulk again
No.
to
So
get here.
We'll level up and then we'll come back.
Co and Earths we cannot access unless we go through Dax, the oozes. But we still have Law and Rokang, which we haven't seen, which could be accessed through Ard.
That's why I said we should have rested at the end of the oozes, but we are here, so there's no.
I thought we did.
It doesn't seem to be.
a short rest.
Well, we short rested.
I mean, okay, I sorry.
Well,
I get
again,
your
we could rest here. This is no different than at the front of the entrance.
Except that there are
Except there's the
burrowing
possibility
creatures,
that the beast
a nest of them.
will come back.
The last thing I'd want was somebody burrowing underneath the dome,
Fair enough. Well,
taking us here.
all right. So here's the question then:
I'm used to living underground, but I don't feel like dying here.
Do we go to Zoe back to Ard, or do we go to either Co or Ertz and roll the dice that maybe it's safe enough for us to rest at that entrance?
Man, the way my dice have been rolling lately.
When we have teleported into these entrances, have there been other teleportations out, or
Some
are
of
you
them,
forced? Some of them, but some of them you were forced to traverse through. Was Dax?
And this one were the first ones where we were forced to find a new exit. Dax and Bell, you're forced to find a new exit. The other ones have teleportation within as soon as you can leave.
If we can get back to the entrance without having to go through anything, then that seems prudent.
Well, the only one we have to go through is Zoe. We don't have to actually go through anything. We
That's
just
what I'm saying. We can
Right.
just go to the teleportation room and then on to the entrance and not have to traverse a room, hallway, cavern, whatever the case may be.
we want to do that then.
I'm not opposed.
Cool beans.
The only thing is, if we do run into those, whatever we heard in there,
We have to step in a little bit to see them. If we just immediately go 1-to-1,
that's fair. All right, let's do it. Are we ready?
Sure.
all right.
Certainly.
Beep.
I do Zoe to Ard.
While we're walking, sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lauren.
You're good.
Well, while we were walking, I was gonna just separately, just to Rye, ask her, like, you know, this. I know it's your business, and I don't want to pry. I know they're being a bit grumpy, but I'm curious. You know, I see the charm you got up there, and unlike last time, I can read it now.
You darling.
Yes, I've learned. I've gotten a wee bit smarter. But if you're comfortable answering the question, what is the meaning behind that charm you have?
It's a longer story in quite a company that needs a different time.
Fair enough. But despite their attitudes, I think if you were perhaps in trouble, we would be willing to help you.
I can assure you, darling, this is not trouble. This is one of the few things that has kept me out of it.
Well,
We're losing Garrett.
Then Dorn had a stroke.
Oh, bad joke. Bad joke.
because, you know, when souls get sold to nasty bad things, it's not good.
I mean, that's fair. We didn't hear anything you said prior to that, but
Considering, you know, where I'm living these days.
So that's what Doran says.
No, you didn't hear anything I said at all?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, can you hear me or not?
Yes.
Yes, now we can hear you. You have debuffered.
The last thing he
No.
said was that he'll just leave it at that and not press the
Okay.
And then me said like, oh, you know, the whole thing about like, hey, people's souls being sold to bad things kind of is awful, especially considering where we're living these days. So that's all I said. Did we get it all this time? Take number 2.
We got enough.
Yes.
Ignored.
For fear
cool. Like
of-
everyone just sits in silence, like.
For fear of furthering this, she'll lean over and be like, not to worry, darling. Again, different time. And I'll kind of like tap the headband that you're wearing. Is this new?
It's very new. Well, actually, how long have I had it? It's a wee bit new.
3 days. I think this is day 3.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Where did we find it?
No. It'd
Howard.
be day 4. It'd be day 4.
Speed of
It'd be
us
day
just
4.
fighting crap.
It
Okay,
was
so
from
day
the
4.
Malefa.
Yeah.
We found it in the tower.
Does anything about it stand out to me?
We don't sleep all day.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm good at those. Please
I'm
be
probably possessed.
nice. Oh, that's really good. That's a 22.
You haven't seen one of these before, but you've studied them, and other items like them you are very familiar with. There are some items that do magically
Crown of
bestow gifts upon the user. Some of them come in the form of books, some of them come in more of a jewelry type. You are familiar with the headband of intellect as something that is designed to raise a creature's intelligence level.
Oh, how lovely, darling. Wherever did you find it?
I forget. We killed. I'm DM. I forget what it was.
Malafont.
That was it.
It was on the
Attached to a fiend.
Yeah, we took it from a fiend, and it seemed as if it was safe enough. So I'm wearing it now, and it's come in handy a wee bit. I know it concerns me daily, considering where we got it from.
Hey,
But it's,
in my little small experience gathering artifacts from various eccentric places, I might suggest in the future not to put something on your head that was previously on a fiend's head until you had a number of people look at it first.
Possibly cleaned.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be.
You're not part of this conversation.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're in a little cavern.
My character is gonna be possessed by 1,000 different things before this game is over. It's gonna be great.
He's gonna have no soul.
Yeah.
So are we back in Ard?
Y'all get to Ard, you get to the long tunnel leading out. You do notice that the entrance has been repaired. Where you had walked over a particular trap, that has been resealed. But y'all are familiar with it. It is, especially with a number of y'all's.
Can we listen for skittering?
I don't know that I wasn't planning on us leaving the cavern.
No.
Yeah, we're staying
Okay.
in the teleport area.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all were heading out.
No.
But
Yeah,
no,
we're staying
okay.
in the teleport area.
No, you're good. You're good then. You can disregard that. You have no idea whether it's been fixed or not.
Okay then. Yeah. Because we knew this was a safe place to stay instead of in a room with burrowing creatures.
So, Kissator, dome and a nap?
That sounds a long nap.
Brand new spiders.
Quite long nap.
Mm-hmm. Like a long
I will
nap.
cast it out.
Excellent.
Okay.
Please let the spell work and let us get our rest and stuff.
Yes,
Hey,
please,
Lauren,
sweet
as
Lauren.
we were going through these things, did anything in these teleportation, did they look different,
She
or was
has
it the same
retrieved a book from the
setup
shelf.
that it was when we teleported there previously?
Going through Zoe and to Ard, everything looks the same.
Okay. So it's not like we go back and go look, there's 40 new symbols or anything. Okay.
This is Dome Jitsu.
I love it.
Nice, Dorian.
Yeah, no, I can't do the one where it's like, oh, it's the finger, like, you know, it doesn't work.
Okay.
I can do the. I really lost a finger.
Okay, so you guys prepare to bed down for the night. Val, you as
Here we go.
I hate you
This is
so
what-
much right now. My heart just stopped.
This is where the fun begins.
I'm gonna put an alarm out while we're doing that.
okay, good deal. So you go ahead and you prepare your alarm spell. You get that started. Val, as you are preparing for the evening and starting to bed down, you get a message from Rissa.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thank you. An older Sanctum has reached out. An envoy is being sent to assist you in your travels.
I can't even count right now. Okay, go ahead. You got
Hey,
50.
Halbar, guess what?
It's a trap. I know.
You got 10 more.
Just stops there.
Oh,
Most impressive.
But we also have to assume, as
Should
a
8 more, but
majority of this campaign, Rissa's the big bad. So yes, like it's all this totally tracks.
No, we're not.
Or Ryan now.
That's-
Thanks for that.
I'll reply. Oh, that's great news. Do we know who it is? Do they have a name? Do we know which sanctum? How are you feeling?
Play dumb. I like it.
Hey, that was perfect. I believe. I might have miscounted, but
Let's see.
That's a lot of words. That was so weird. The screen glitched on Lauren, and she went from this to this in like a split second. It was like 2 frames. It's like,
Okay.
oh man, Halloween for real.
For real. Okay.
Dude, y'all.
The Sanctum is the library. I believe you know of it.
Yes, we do.
Never heard of it.
They are assisting us in our difficulty. I do not know which envoy they will send. And that's the end.
Oh,
so we don't know if Rye is actually the envoy, or if she's not.
great. This has become a game of Among Us. Fantastic.
I have refused to watch any of the
I
game.
cast Finger of Death
I
on
don't know why.
Val.
Anyway,
Big death on Val.
All right, moving on.
1,000 years of death. Very well. We will keep an eye out. There's a possibility we might have already met, but I'll keep you updated. That helped.
Okay. She does not send any sendings back at you at this point. Okay. So you all settle in for a long rest. Is there anything else anyone wants to do?
We want you. Yes, we want to rest.
If we're actually gonna long
I want
rest,
to not die.
Yeah. After my first
Hmm.
4 hours, I want to bring Nightbane out because I was out of charge with the charm, and I want to just sit and pet Nightbane and work on any of the claws and the mandibles.
Okay. Are you trancing for the first 4 hours, or are you trancing for the last 4 hours?
First 4.
Okay.
before we go to sleep, at some point as we sit in the dome, I am going to hold on. Okay, yeah, it's just vocal components. I'm going to whisper, and I'm going to cast Gesh on Soyex, which is a wisdom save 15. Yeah, you probably have to not want it to fail.
Wisdom save 15.
What does this do?
Dude, so I rolled a natural 4 with a plus 10.
Oh!
All right. What are you doing, Kizasaur?
So
What does this spell do?
you place a magical command on a creature that you can see within range, forcing it to carry out some service or refrain from some action or course of action of activity as you decide. If the creature can understand you, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by you for the duration. While the creature is charmed, it takes 5d10 psychic if it ignores. I don't know. It just says 5th level enchantment.
I'm immune to charm.
I understand.
It says, I am charmed by you? No, I'm not. I'm immune to charm.
It's true. It is a charm.
What's the spell?
Ruh-roh.
Stupid.
Sorry, Kizasaur.
All I was going to say was be nice to Rye.
Oh.
Would I have known, if I succeeded on the save, would I have known that you tried to charm me?
It doesn't say that.
But Kizasaur does not
It's a
have
great
subtle
close-up of your
spell.
duct tape.
It's
It's
only
a sorcerer
vocal.
thing.
It's
It is
only
only
vocal,
vocal. But you would have had to hear it in order for it to take effect on you. So
It just says a creature that I can see within range. It doesn't say a creature that can hear you.
What is the range?
60 feet.
Oh, this is fun.
All right, here's how this is gonna go. Soyex, make a no. Kizasaur, make a stealth check. Soyex, make a perception roll.
Oh boy.
The shenanigans.
Stealth.
17.
7.
Soyex, you do not notice.
You didn't see anything.
Fair enough.
Invisibility juice.
You can't go to bed without using your 5th level spell slot. I'm just saying.
You
Mine's already
can't
been
charm a
used.
devotion paladin, just saying.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize it was a charm effect until because nothing about it says a charm effect until you start halfway through the paragraph.
Yeah.
It says charmed by you.
And
I
most
thought it because it just
charms are wisdom saves, so you know.
it was it just says it's enchantment, 5th level enchantment, and you command a creature. So
Not me, bro.
bummer.
All right,
Okay.
so long rest.
Should have cast it on.
Okay,
Albert.
couple things to take care of first. Who's on watch first? Are
I
y'all
can
setting
take
a
first
watch?
watch.
I'll be on first watch.
Definitely, and I'll take first watch because I still have quite a few spell slots. So maybe I
I'll be
shouldn't
on
use
first
5th.
watch with Casator, and that's when the shenanigans went down.
Love it.
Okay, so
You know,
3
Casey, I
watches.
just really like you. I think you're a good person. I'm glad that we've come to a good working arrangement that we can,
Based on
I feel like I
mutual
can really, I feel like I
respect.
can really trust you now. Where
I am glad.
Before.
All right. So first watch,
valid.
Kizasaur and Soyex. Second watch is Halberd.
Don't you still need
Sure,
That's 4 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
I'll
Doran.
do.
I can take second watch and third
I mean,
watch
yeah,
by
yes.
myself if we want.
Val's like in a coma, so
How long is each watch? Like, how many watches are we doing?
We'd established
It has to
3
be
watches. Y'all,
3. Yeah.
Yeah,
3 watches of 4 hours each.
sure. So that everybody can get a full rest in. You can have a long rest if it's disturbed by, I think, 2 hours.
Yeah,
1
2
hour.
hours of light activity or restful
We can
activity.
do 2 hours a watch. So we could,
Yeah.
do 4 watches of 2 hours.
regardless, Val's in a coma. Wake me if you need me.
I'm gonna go wake you up every hour.
I just also know that the dome only lasts for 8 hours, so doing this in 8 hour
All
segments.
right, we want to do it
Yeah,
in 8.
if we
Yeah.
can do it in 8 hours. I just thought previously, for some reason, we had said that watches were 4 hours apiece. So if we can do it in 8, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do 4 watches of 2 hours, I'll take the first 2 asleep, and then
Okay.
I'll probably take the last one.
Okay. So, Halberd,
Yes, ma'am.
in your trance, you're not asleep. This is a meditative cycle that elves go through. Elves don't have to sleep. They don't really dream. Not that you're incapable of it, but that most choose not to. But in your trance, you feel this pull almost towards dreaming. Make an insight check for me.
16.
16. It does not feel aggressive. It does not feel dangerous or assertive. It's an invitation.
In my trance, would there be anything that would awaken the idea of understanding as to what this is? Like, are there like golden birds flapping around, or are there like archways bursting forth, throwing fire and curse words all over the place? Is there a sweet smell of like peppermint laced with narcotics? Like, what is this? Guess where I stand on the traveler, y'all.
You get
Wow, Jordan.
it's like it's all right, come on. It's like a warm breeze. And it carries sense of home, of your forest, of nature.
I just can't. Just ignore us. We're good.
There.
Oh, sure. What the heck? This is D&D.
Okay. So there's a brief moment of dissociation where it feels like time is just passing and you're not quite following. And then you could swear you're outside. You're in a beautiful, pristine forest. You hear the sound of a creek running through a glade a short distance away. The moonlight is shining. It is a beautiful, warm, balmy night. And through the trees, you see a unicorn moving gracefully. Silvery white in the moonlight. It passes briefly behind some trees, blocking it from view. And out the other side emerges a young elven woman. Her eyes are silvery. She carries sheathed at her belt a unicorn's horn on a hilt. Make a religion check for me.
That sucked. That's a 5.
That is a 5. You get the sense that this is a powerful individual, quite possibly a deity of some kind, but you don't recognize her. You don't have a name. The symbology, the way she carries herself is welcoming and warm, and she smiles at you, but you have no idea who she is.
One, two. Okay, am I the nature of the woods, the way this all is this something that would actually set me at ease, or is this something that would actually...
No, this is very comfortable for you. This is... If you could make an image in your head of the most perfect, most beautiful forest, this is very similar to what it would be. Like the epitome of forest.
Solo roleplay. I'm not used to this, y'all. This is creepy.
How the rest of us feel.
I've avoided this for so long, dang it. I'm going to smile and just kind of put my hand on a tree and say, this is a dream, isn't it?
It is.
Very few things in life are this nice.
You're not wrong. I will return you to your companions in but a moment. I just wish to thank you. You care for one of mine so very deeply. You have done well by him.
Do I get the feeling this is talking about a certain Fey creature that I might know, and this is a Fey relationship? Based on Fey ancestry and such?
You think that is... I mean... Make an insight check.
Much better. 24.
Likely. As she approaches and as she speaks of thanking you, you see her eyes dart to the charm, where you carry Nightbane, and he is always with you. She takes a step closer. I would give you a gift, if you would.
I'll bow and give a very reverent, respectful salute. Because I don't feel like her intentions are hostile when she says gift, like a Tiamat type of gift. I'm assuming based off of 24 insight.
That's accurate. No, you're not getting any hostility from this. It seems she is generally wanting to give you something as a gift that she thinks will benefit you.
I'm scared, y'all. Yeah, sure, why not? Do it, you killer.
I just have to casually point out, Lauren, that your outfit just ended up being perfect for this.
I know. Multi-classing paladin of whatever this deity is. No.
What we're all gonna end up doing.
She waves her hand, and there's a brief ray of silver light, of moonlight, that shines and lands on your necklace. The bone and amber shifts. The bone remains as the charms are hung, but instead of their original carved beaded shape, they take on an appearance almost equine in nature. Some of them, the whorls carved into it give it a sense of mane and hoof and running equine figure. There's some of them have a unicorn's horn almost protruding from it. Others take on a more familiar shape to you. You're easily able to pick out a silhouette of a displacer beast. Some of the interlinking rings of amber take on a more crescent moon shape. She looks at you. She says, "If ever he is wounded so badly again, he will return to the space created within this portal. It's my gift and my blessing on you both. Shall I return you to your companions?"
Do not have words to thank you for taking care of one that is so dear. Before you leave, may I ask your name so I might be able to look for you in the future?
You may. I am known as LaRue.
Tactical. Sorry. That's pretty cool. Didn't expect that. And there will be a Slightly deeper bow. I won't make eye contact. I don't feel like that's quite the most respectful thing to do. But yes, a very humble position. We're a very proud elf.
As you bow, she says, "Guard him well, Guardian,
Galaxy.
and know that he cares for you. Continue to care for him, and my blessing will remain on you both."
Oh, that's pretty cool.
There is another sort of moment of dissociation, and you are back in your body. You are waking from your trance, fully rested and refreshed. The scent and the feel of the forest still held close, almost following you back into wakefulness.
Best night's sleep ever.
So now he gets knocked out. He goes back to his Pokeball, and you go to the Pokemon Center.
Nice.
Like it.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
Within a certain range. Essentially, yeah. Kazator and Solyax, make a perception check for me.
15.
16.
Okay. The first watch passes quietly. Neither of you notice anything in particular happening. The hut stays at its comfortable, dimly lit temperature and interior.
Not fun.
Val.
No!
Stop!
Val, you
Not always bad,
are
Val.
also pulled into a dreamscape. This is a little bit more insistent.
Not a dream state.
Oh, balls.
You go into the office. The principal's waiting. Oh no, you forgot your pants.
You are also
And your paper.
all right, guys, come on. Val, you are also pulled into your dream state. You know this is a familiar place for you. You have communed with Tana in this state before. There's a flash of light, and you are also in the forest. You know exactly where this is. This is the glade where you first met your deity.
Oh.
This is where Sayamine herself, in her avatar form,
Double down.
invited you to follow her.
Oh.
You do not see her, but the moonlight shines brightly down in this glade. What do you do?
Is it a like nightscape?
It is at night, yes. A full moon, the stars are brightly lit. This is exactly a recreation of this glade in the Feywild where you first met her.
I will take a knee and bow my head.
How I lay me down to sleep.
Right. I'm here. What do you wish of me?
I wish an answer. Am I no longer enough for you, my sword?
I love this deity. I love this deity.
Boy, you been cheating on me. We about to get fantasy Jerry Springer up in town.
Answer wisely.
Are my gifts no longer sufficient? There's silence, and a cold wind starts to blow through the glade.
Players always get caught.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Waited so
It is
long.
not other gifts that I seek. It is answers. It is the interaction and the understanding that I did not have before. This being that is called the
Lauren, your stare, I just can't.
I know, right? I'm sitting here like, I'm just gonna go shrink now. This being that they call the Traveler took my family from me. And as I understand it, has a claim on my soul as well. It is not in my nature to sit idly by and just let fate be decided. As you well know, that's how you found me. I ran from those who had taken my fate from me and ended up here. Exactly here. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I do not...
Dither.
Say that again, sorry.
I said, you dither. Have you a point?
My point being is that I'm not looking for more. I'm not looking for other powers. I'm not looking for other gifts. Simply answers and a way to pursue my own destiny, my own fate. This being has given me nothing. Has not given me gifts, has not given me answers, has done naught for me but, well, for lack of better wording, has done naught for me but be there. He
has tempted you away from me.
Tempting requires having something to give, to pull away. My desire has not been to leave you or your service, but merely to look for answers. And while, yes, this being is the one that has those answers, he's not asked for anything or offered me anything. So there can be no temptation to be pulled away.
He woos your heart.
The hole is being dug.
Shut up, Garrett.
This day.
Hey, man, it's the Halloween episode.
Tone.
This very day, you chose not to petition me for my power, but also his, to leave his mark equally with mine.
Remind the stupid player.
You walk through and marked archways over the eyes.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right, sorry. It's been a couple weeks.
I got you.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm following now. Continue.
If you do not have answers, perhaps it is because you have not asked. What is it that you seek? What is it that you search for? Why? Why do you leave my service? If not in action, then certainly in heart.
The answers I seek are how to break the destiny that I have not chosen for myself. I chose to accept your invitation, accept your offer. I chose to be in your service. I chose to become part of the organization that is the Sanctum and to aid them in their endeavors. This claim that the entity the Traveler has on my soul is not of my choosing. My family went to great lengths to try and break this, and my father was taken, and I have no idea where my mother is. If I can, I seek only the answer of how to break this. As far
Have
as
I not given you the power to break a curse.
Have you? Apparently. Wait, what?
I believe that's a level 3 spell.
You shut the front door. Oh. Well, yes. Sorry, I had to go back and look if I actually did have access to that one.
You do.
And
And it is not enough to satisfy you.
I did not realize that had the power to break a pact. I thought that was mainly deal with. I'm still young.
You are young and full of desire. You want life to hand you everything. I understand.
You guys are getting way.
I will not
Dang
be
millennium.
mocked.
My intention was never to mock or to dishonor your name, but simply to gain the attention of the one who I thought had the answers of what happened to my father. I do know that deities can be jealous, that some do not like to stray outside of their realm of influence. And the most direct answer is to go directly to the source. But again, not ever meaning to dishonor you or your name.
My blade, you are mine. You are under my protection. You carry the gift of my power. If you require something of me, ask.
There was a time I did ask your guidance. And a rather strange-looking squirrel threw a nut at my head. Was that intentional?
Entirely.
Okay, that's
How
fair.
else am I to get your attention? I bid a messenger carry my message to you. And you, as far as I am aware, still carry it.
I'm gonna reach
Be
down.
insightful.
Is it still there?
Your acorn?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
It's
still
a fortune cookie.
Does it still look like an acorn?
Still looks like an acorn.
Okay.
Make a perception check.
Oh God. Oh God. That's a 28.
You take the acorn out and you look closer. And at first appearance, it is an acorn, like any oak tree seed that you would be able to pick up. And then you look closer and you can see where the acorn cap is pulled away. And the acorn itself is starting to shrink and wither. This is not a healthy seed. If anything sprouts from this, it would be sickly at the least. You look closer, you smell it, you feel it. There's an oil that is being secreted by it. There is a smell of decay carried within this seed. You hear the voice come again as the moonlight starts to grow brighter and brighter. I give you the information you need, but you, my blade, must look. Be wise. Pay attention to the information that I give. When you ask a question, be listening for the answer. And the light grows brighter and brighter. There's a flash, and you are awake. Back in your bedroll, in the dome with the others.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking. May I have a new acorn?
Squeak, squeak, squeak. Squeak, squeaker. Squeaking. I love you guys.
You owe me a new acorn.
Acorn.
Did I get the benefits of a long rest? Because
You get a long rest.
You look chastened when he wakes up.
Does he?
Is the I guess because I slept through all the watches. I'm assuming the dome is no longer up.
Excuse me.
You awaken in time for your watch.
Yeah, you can take a watch.
Or no, because you didn't take a watch. You just slept straight through.
Val was very, very, very hurt, like in the almost just above single digits.
Mm-hmm.
Celiax.
Oh no! Well,
Yeah.
Your turn. Yes.
Everybody's getting green.
Yes.
What do you want? Leave me alone, Dad.
Sure.
Early the next morning,
Mm-hmm.
just after dawn,
Leave me
you
alone,
get a
Dad.
message. It is a familiar voice. This is the voice of Desmond.
The moon bear.
Oh no!
Celiax. We have received reports of your journeys here in Dragenthrone. Sarai says you intend to travel. Make sure I have enough words to say this. This summer.
This summer.
When you arrive, come find me.
The plot thickens.
Is that all he says?
That's 25 words,
Right.
I believe.
Archpriest,
Oh.
I am making my way back as quickly as possible. And believe me, you are the first person I intend to seek out as soon as I return.
Yeah, that's not ominous.
And that's what I say.
Is this like a text
Okay.
message, or does the guy get inflection from Celiax?
It's a
As
Just
much
a computer
inflection as-
voice.
As much inflection as can be carried, 25 words or less.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
So basically, the title of this episode needs to be Lauren just ratchets up the party's stress level.
No, I'm not stressed.
I'm not stressed. I am.
I enjoyed my interaction. I thoroughly
Sleeping like a
liked
baby.
the interaction.
Lauren, is it morning yet?
She isn't giving me a dream yet, so.
John, your stressed interaction was with Rye.
What?
Your stressed interaction was with Rye.
Who was stressed? I wasn't stressed.
Not
Lauren,
him.
Why?
Lauren, did we wake up? Long rest? Is it morning?
You'll all wake up. You'll all have your long rest. You have all leveled up to level 10.
Hey, Lauren.
Let's go!
Lauren, I rolled a 14 on my beard check.
Level up, Jitsu!
That's less than 50. That's 14
Say
out of
what?
100.
14 out of 100, that is less than 50. Celiax.
Yay! I got a thing that I'm happy about.
Nice. You are slowly growing in a little bit of a mustache.
Yes.
Yes.
Lauren,
Can I shave you?
No, I'm kidding.
It's a little odd. It's
Oh
not
my God.
quite hair.
sorry, hold on.
Hold on
Sorry.
just a moment, Zard. It's not quite hair. It is like a almost like whiskers, almost protruding scales, flexible, and like thick hair-like, but not a hair-like consistency.
I'm so happy.
Yeah,
Is that
okay.
he's got like the
You have started.
Japanese dragons where they have the things, like them kind of whiskers.
Essentially, but short
Because that'd
still.
be rad if Celiax had like a
Just
I'm
just
hoping to get,
starting
like,
to
the
grow.
Japanese
Maybe
dragon
maybe
with the
protruding a
Fu
quarter to half inch.
E.
All right, cool. Cool. Yeah.
So, I have now a thing called Great Stature, which
Yes.
is dope. When you gain this feature, roll 3d4. You grow a number of inches in height equal to the roll.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll 3d4. And
Yeah.
then if you roll that, we will roll hit die.
I really, really, really hope I get 4s, so I'm now a 5-foot dwarf. But
That would be dope.
please give me tallness, because that would be hilarious.
You know, Doran, Garrett, go ahead and roll this with
Okay.
advantage, because I think that would be hilarious. So
Just
roll
two
the
of those
3d4
were ones,
twice,
so
and then
Savage attack your height.
that would. So the first roll was 4 inches. The second roll. Oh my god, it's 3 4s. I'm a foot taller dwarf.
Yes! Wow.
Nice.
I'm a
That's good.
5-foot dwarf.
Fighter builder?
Yeah.
What?
His
That's
giant fighters. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's called a Hydra ability.
Oh, it's like, man, that was a really great sleep. Oh,
With the
course, that's
level
amazing.
up and the new charm with the blessing, does Nightbane get anything?
so what?
Does Nightbane have anything that develops with him based off the blessing and the level up?
Did Nightbane level up?
Not even level up, just gain anything. I'm just curious. Didn't know if you had thought of that, but I wanted to ask.
The big thing with the charm is anytime he goes unconscious, it's not he doesn't die. He gets bumped back to the necklace. If he's within 100 feet of you. It's a 100-foot range.
Outside 100 feet of me? So good. Unless we're falling, plummeting to Earth, in which case I don't think that's the first of his worries, or mine.
Cool. All right, I think we're rolling some hit die.
Rolling hit die?
Roll hit die. Who wants to start?
I already did rolled mine.
I did too.
I get another room.
Okay. So, Kazator, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
Right?
6. So I'm at 63.
Oh! Woo! Max!
6 on a d6. Nice.
Heck yeah.
All right. Doran?
It's frozen.
Okay.
Garrett is frozen. We'll get him back in just a minute.
Call that a 10.
I'm sorry. Another 10. I will pick this dice. No, that's only 3 hit points.
Okay.
85.
Halberd.
You re-roll ones,
You reroll ones.
Roll ones.
so I rolled an 8.
Nice. Did you take it in rogue or ranger?
That was in a rogue.
Nice.
Sneak attack and evasion.
Woo. All right, Celiax.
Oh, that's a 2.
Oh.
Darn it, you're only at
22.
100 plus what now? A lot?
What are you at?
106.
So wait,
Yeah.
I just passed you again.
You're
Get Val.
I'll make sure.
I rolled a 8.
Nice.
Well, I think we had what 5 max die? 4 max die?
That's crazy.
4.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
at 108
very
now.
impressive.
I am a boss cleric. Also, I have something to do when we're done.
like what?
We
What
shall
could you
see.
possibly do?
Oh, I have 2 possibilities, and it depends on how the first possibility goes.
I had a couple of things I was going to do too.
Uncanny dodge, not evasion.
Okay. Still very handy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
All right.
I forgot to add
Um,
the Constitution modifier. So
Just for
I'm
my
at 88 hit
sanity,
points.
Halberd and Doran, roll your perception check for your watch.
This one.
That's a low one. I'm focusing more on Nightbane
Okay.
and working on my
Have you done?
claws and mandibles.
Have you done?
How am I dying?
Have you done?
15.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, I got a 14.
Wesley.
Okay, 14, 15. The watch passes quietly. Y'all don't notice anything change. It's a peaceful night. Third watch. Right.
So
My first adventure.
Well, she has to.
This is an ability.
17.
17. Quiet watch. This last watch of the morning seems calm, quiet. You're good to go. All right, everybody wakes up in the morning feeling a little bit stronger.
And I got
A little bit taller.
all taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Got them all cleaned up.
Thank you. I got the power. Matter of fact, I got a couple powers. Hey, Elle.
Yes.
Level 10. Has a
You
certain.
want to try it?
I kinda rolled.
What'd you get?
But I have to set the stage first because I did have a witness, but I have to set the stage first.
Okay, go ahead.
So waking up as everybody's getting ready, and I feel stronger after my butt chewing. Thanks, Mom.
It was good for you.
So I'm gonna pull out the Chaos Blade, and I'm gonna walk over and pull off the symbols that I had attached with the leather around the hilt. And I'm going to put the sanding symbol back around my neck. And I'm going to take the traveler symbol. And I'm going to take the chaos and lay it on the ground. And I'm going to draw around the traveler symbol the Moonweaver symbol with the traveler symbol in the circle. And I'm going to take the Chaos Blade and ask her, you wanted my service. You say I am yours. I want his claim on my family broken. And I will take the Chaos Blade and slam it into the Traveler symbol.
Okay.
And this should be interesting. Let's see if I can make this work.
Put it under the bottom up.
All right, that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
That.
Nice. And
Oops, wrong direction.
okay.
That is a 7.
That is a
That
7.
is a 7. That is a 7.
Yeah, you needed to get 10 or less.
Yes.
And that is a 7.
Out of 100.
You rolled like I did in a good way.
Yes. Yes.
Never have I ever pulled a crap like that.
You got it immediately, can't use it for a week.
I know.
That is okay. It's worth it.
Yeah, if this works, that's 7 days before I can use it again.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Like He-Man Masters of the Universe style.
But does he have the power?
It's more of does she have the power?
Fair enough.
Oh, I might just start a deity war.
Yeah, you piss off one deity, now you're gonna piss off another one.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Yes.
Hey guys, you wanted to fight a god.
What?
Wait,
Over this time, I would like to do like favorite enemy.
hold on a second.
Is like here on the level of worst, and the traveler has been like slimy. So I'm all for this. This is
In that
great.
case, Sator's going to be a follower.
Okay.
Dragon. So
So I don't know if y'all can hear the gears spinning and grinding in my brain at this point.
I see the steam coming
There's
out.
a little smoke coming out your left ear.
Little bit. Okay. Okay. Val. This is how it goes. You take it. You take your sword. The Chaos Blade, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take your father's sword.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was the gift to him from the traveler.
Mm-hmm.
The one that symbolized the bond between them.
Mm-hmm.
And you slam it down into the symbol of the traveler. The symbol breaks. There is a shattering sound. Internally, in your mind, you feel a tug, a pinch, almost like getting shot. As something...
Not a pinch!
Something wraps itself around your bond with Tana. There is a pull and a pressure and a cold wind flies around you. You're caught in a small whirlwind that starts to glow with a soft silvery light. The smell of crushed peppermint reaches your nose. There's a brief green flash. The whirlwind dies down. There is a cold numbness that covers your bond with Tana. You hear a voice echoing through your mind. You are mine.
Wait, whose voice?
This is the voice of Sayanine.
Oh, crap. Real quick, turning around to whoever the first person I see, I don't really care who.
I'm awake, and I'm probably right there.
At this point.
Yeah, everybody's
I
awake.
think everybody's up at this point.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
This was in the morning.
I
My
will
bad.
try to initiate telepathic contact.
You try. You reach out. Nothing happens.
How interesting.
Oh, shoot! Oh, shoot!
This is a great session, y'all. So darn good.
Interesting. I do believe Casator coined the phrase when he said, "You're only human." How?
Despite the fact that I don't think any of us are actually humans.
I'm definitely not.
Well, that may
Yeah.
not be the case anymore. What did I just do?
Something cool and beautiful that you should never be ashamed of and always be proud of.
We're gonna have to have a talk.
Someone force him to make a wisdom saving throw.
I can do that if you want.
I would like to challenge Val to a game of riddles.
Don't waste spell slots right now. Not worth it. If you have a cantrip,
I will just look at him and be like, not understanding what's happening. That seems a touch dramatic, but
Well, hey, Val, I need 300 diamonds.
300
300 gold worth of diamonds.
Okay. I take it. You have been bestowed a new ability then.
Yes, yes I can. Yes I have.
You get. Val reaches in the pouch. So I've learned that if you carry the smaller diamonds, they tend to go missing without you noticing. So he has one large diamond worth 300 gold pieces.
Perfect. I'll put it on my multiple. At this point, I think I have like 12 different pouches throughout. Some of them have stuff, some of them don't. I have a bunch of coin pouches. Some of them are just full of.
I'm probably sitting on the floor, like adjusting the straps on my armor so it fits right.
Oh, we did a thing.
Just ignoring the madness of the morning.
Oh, fudge, I was not expecting that. Okay.
Anyway,
So yeah, that's a thing.
This is a wonderful, glorious new day.
But
I have so much hope and confidence in our interactions and where we're going from here on out.
hey guys, I got more spell slots.
Yes, you did.
that's good.
Yes.
All right. So it is morning. Y'all are in the Ard cavern, this entrance cavern. Who has a perception of 20 or above? Is that just Kazator and Halberd?
Yep.
Hey.
I will say, as y'all were coming out of the dome had vanished. Something strikes the two of you. Wasn't the tunnel over there yesterday? You're pretty sure the dome was oriented and the tunnel was over there. But now it's over there.
And none of us noticed this during our watches?
Mm-mm.
Are the symbols on it still the same?
Magic.
Does it still have the same, what's hard? Belzo and Thu?
That is a pathway to much garbage. That's not
Yes, it still has Bell, Zo, and Through. Zo and Thu.
shenanigans.
That's the important thing, I think.
The chalk and ash that Val had left over the symbols of the eyes sporadically over the walls yesterday are gone.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay then.
Hey, I got a cantrip that doesn't do necrotic damage.
Good.
So what does stand out in this tunnel is does it even look similar to where the hole fell through, like Spider Boys came on out and we had some punch nom noms and a lot of good time.
Do y'all look and investigate it?
So I think right over there it might be beneficial if you run and jump, and I say that with a very sarcastic tone of voice and smile, very sarcastically.
I really want to pick you up and throw you, but I won't.
Well, in all reality,
Yeet
actually, I was
elf.
curious if there might be something heavy enough to launch right there, because this orientation is different and things are not quite what they were.
Give me a second.
I mean,
I will reach into the bag,
Oh,
and
gosh.
I'm going to pull out. Let's see here. I'm going to pull out. Oh, that may not be heavy enough. Short swords aren't very heavy. Oh, sure. I have an extra battle axe. So I'm going to pull out one of the one of the boring battle axes I have, and just chunk it at the spot where spiders were.
And I'm going to have an
Okay.
arrow prepared, if you don't mind. No, I can't, but I want my arrow drawn completely ready to go, because
Okay.
spider sounds awesome, and I want the venom right now. But anywho,
we're checking that veneer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm throwing
I
a
was
battle axe at
I was
it.
reading the thing because I picked my rune. I just was reading. Sorry.
Nice.
Yes. you need to know?
Solyx, in a minute.
Okay.
Solyx, you
Huh.
chunk your battle axe, it skitters across the stones. There, you don't see it catch or crack or do anything to the veneer.
When it hits, does it sound hollow underneath, or does it
It
sound?
sounds solid.
Oh, well, there you go.
it's a trap.
We checked the ceiling.
Yeah, there's a hole with a giant couple, like 5 Shelobs, all blink spiders looking at Val.
Why me?
it's
I just did a good thing.
a
You
bad
did a
reaction.
great thing. And now we all get to kill
because of that reaction.
because
That's
you're
why.
the one who's able to like heal everything. Because you're dope.
Okay.
Right?
Make a perception check.
Me?
Whoever's looking down the tunnel, seeing if
Great.
there's anything different.
I will take a 27.
27. You do not see any holes in the ceiling above. You don't see any, at least from where you're at, you're not seeing any particular veneer or traps on the ground. You're looking, and the tunnel itself slopes differently. It's at a different angle than the one you originally came in yesterday. This is a different tunnel. It's shorter too. The outside is closer. It's only like 60 feet that way, not like the 100 feet the other one you traversed was.
Is it familiar at all to me?
No, not to you. You did not come in this tunnel.
Okay.
I would like to pull out my +1 dagger while everyone's looking around and go up to a wall about eye level, very visibly, but not conspicuously in front of everyone. But like if you were looking, you'd see it. And I'd like to etch one of my runes in the wall.
Okay. You go ahead and you etch. Which rune are you etching in?
Of whispers and ruins.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Getting ready to go.
Panicking.
I mean, if the other symbols are still there, then let's go.
Mm-hmm. The symbols are still there.
All right, so if we go back to Thu, we'll have access to Law and Rokang, which is two places we have not been.
Lauren, I want to use clairvoyance to go all the way out the tunnel and see what's there.
Okay. You use your clairvoyance. You send the sensor out. Sight, I assume, not hearing?
Yes.
Okay. Through this sensor, you get a sense of this terrain. And this is similar to the terrain that you had seen coming in from the southern path from Whitebrand. But it's morning. That's a long shadow going out. This is not on the southern side of Boulder Peak where you had come in. That's the western side. That's the sun is coming up and casting the shadow. This is an entirely different location. The highlands are still the same. You get a sense a little bit of, how far can the sensor see?
I think it can go, I don't know if it says how far it can see.
Okay.
I'm throwing more monkey wrenches at us.
So as far as you could see, if you were standing at the edge of the tunnel and looking out, you'd be able to see the Holding Highlands stretching to your right up to the north. You'd be able to see down into the valley, heading a little bit towards the grassland where Cedar Grove and Stillwater and the way up towards actually you wouldn't know about that, sorry. That's a place that Rye hasn't been. But you'd get the highlands and you'd get a sense of the green lowlands, the farming agricultural area that y'all had passed through when you had first come from Grimhold to Whitebrand. You can see distantly, off to the left, to the south, a caravan on the road heading towards Whitebrand.
Is it a familiar caravan?
Make a perception check.
Oh, that's not great. That's a 10.
It's hard to make out details at this distance. It's enough that you could just barely make out that there is a caravan, that there are multiple wagon shapes and people that are walking and riding with it.
Okay. Well, I'll just say it appears to be another entrance is all, on a different part of the mountain. And dismiss it.
Okay.
Right. Well, do we want to go to Thu and then would we like to go to Law or Rokang?
I would love to go through.
No reason not to.
Yes, but once we get there, we'll need to choose the next location. So we want to go to Law or Rokang?
Sully, I trust your decision. So you
It's a gamble.
pick this spot, and whatever you think, I'll take point, and I got your back, mate.
I don't
Flip a
think.
coin.
I don't think at this point it matters one way or the other. Hit a button and roll the dice.
All right, we're going to Law.
Okay. So y'all head to the teleportation.
Yep.
You head to Thu.
Mm-hmm.
You are greeted with half a dozen armed guards, crossbows pointed in your direction,
Oh, that kid's good.
spears and swords held.
Just passing through. They're not staying. They're just passing through. By the way, do you have any more of that goulash?
You hear the guards themselves stay quiet. You hear a voice coming from beyond them. Is that Miss Rye? And then you see Rye, one of the figures that had accompanied you. Let me make sure I'm telling you the name correctly. Yakov. This half-orc man. And that's one of the other things you notice. The guard here at the entranceway are dwarves and human. Yakov is an older dwarf.
His brother.
Who had...
Dot. His sister. Never mind, ignore me. It was a dumb joke. Moving on.
It's getting rebooted though, and I'm so happy. Anyway, Yakov comes around. An older male dwarf had spent some time and guided you through a little bit of the tour, and then he sees the crew with you, and he's like, "Oh, Miss Rye, I'm terribly sorry. We cannot supply you anything on your journey."
These fellows. I know that Holwyn is a personality, but honestly, if you want to get rid of them, the fastest thing is to actually let them get to where they're going. So I understand, no goulash, completely fine with that. I need to bring a book back because I do know you were talking about wanting some new recipes. I have a fabulous book, but it's not with me, so I'll need to bring that back in the future. But again, fastest way to get rid of them is to actually get them where they're going, I have found.
She's got a point.
And I'm with them now, so hopefully that will help speed things along.
I do understand. I can't quite comprehend the people you choose to spend your time with.
Clear my throat. I look offended.
He has no idea who you are.
Darn.
Needs must, darling. Needs must.
Miss Rye, we cannot permit him or his companions passage through our home. I'm afraid you must understand. It's too great a risk we cannot take. You are permitted to use the teleportation system with them, but just understand that we will guard our home. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
No, and I'm very sorry that you had any sort of interaction with them. I was unfortunately not present whenever they were here. We had gone separate ways earlier. And I do understand they can be a bit much sometimes. Kazator, as you were well witness to, is absolutely fabulous and wonderful, does very well with people. Doran is also very wonderful. I think he would have greatly enjoyed seeing your forge. It is unfortunate that these, primarily one individual who has a difficult history with your people has led to such issues. And I would hope that I would have been able to have done something with, but I don't want to press further. If this is where you have decided to make your grounds and you're not willing to give a little bit, I don't see any reason to make you uncomfortable in your home.
Lauren, does this person look like he is someone of much clout?
Make an insight check.
It's 14.
14. Obviously, he is able to make his way through the guards to speak to Rye. He has enough authority that they're not just sending him away. But you don't, it's hard to tell if he has any actual authority with the civilization or the culture here. There's not enough context for you to be able to make that assessment.
I'm going to... Oh, darn. I'm going to walk up to him. and I'm going to pull a bow off of my back, throw an arrow
I
inside,
was going to say, as you start reaching, the spears get brandished, and there's
pointed
a massive tension that goes through the
towards me.
guards.
So he has the ability to draw the bow and pull the arrow straight towards me and fire off. So I'm not pointing it at him. I literally pull it off the back, turn the string away from me, and knock the arrow at the same time and hand it to him, facing me. So there is no threat of me shooting him. It's all in his hand. Kind of like when you pull a sword and you hand it to somebody, you flip the blade towards yourself so you can take it. I'm going to offer it and say, I understand first interactions mean a lot, but they don't always tell the full truth. And I understand there's a lot of concern and a lot of fear, and y'all have been through a lot. If you think we're here to truly harm you, you can take this shot right now. But I would offer you to hold on to this bow until I return. My friends have no quarrel with you and desire no harm to come to you. And I know on the Arbiter's behalf, he has no beef with you, he has no desire to bring you harm, and he is not hunting you at all. And I will hold his hand, and I will let go, and I'll just step back. And I will have left my leaf bow with him.
I'm also going to step in and just say, I understand that this is not an education you should have to be providing to him. It is knowledge he should be seeking for himself and rights he should be wronging for himself, but grace, for a moment, he is trying, and he is seeking, and sometimes those seeking a path need others to light them. I would not have you leave yourselves unguarded, nor would I have you leave your beholder, the Underlord, unguarded. So if you would be willing to trek with us to at least be present for the interaction, to see us in, to see us out, if that would be of comfort to you in the moment. Otherwise, as stated, we will respect your wishes and continue on the path that we have been walking, unfortunate as it is.
Brian Halberd, who wants to make the persuasion check?
Go ahead, Ryan. Not me.
All right, Ryan, make the persuasion check.
Oh God, I've been rolling so terribly too.
Not this time.
Spirit.
Siliex, what are you doing?
Keeping his damn mouth shut.
Waiting to see how this plays out.
Stroking his new beard.
It's mustache. It's just a little bit.
Oh,
He can. That's about it.
I'm standing there waiting to see how it plays out.
I want him to end up looking like a Japanese or a Chinese dragon with the full Fu Manchu thing going on.
Do I get any sort
That
of
would be
advantage
so
because
good.
I was with him previously?
It adjusts the TC a little bit, but no advantage.
It's a 10. I rolled terribly.
These past 2 sessions, man. Good stuff and poopy stuff.
Right. He looks at Halberd, and he looks at the bow in his hands. And he looks at you, and he gestures for you to take a step towards him. Just a step away from the group. He says, Miss Rye, while you may have a point, do you truly understand the types of things his people do to ours? To this day, they are pleased to pillage and destroy anywhere our homes may be found. And though I as a dwarf may be safe, my friends, those I would call kinsmen, some of them, yourself included, may be in grave danger. Do you truly believe that permitting them entrance to our home, letting them see the sorts of things that you got to see, is safe. Will they? Is this just another manipulation to bring wrath and ruin down upon us? In your estimation, can we trust them?
Darling, I would never say I understand the position or the experiences that you've had. I do understand the fear. As you saw whenever it first arrived, I do not normally look in my true nature, for I know that the uncommon species are often viewed poorly, treated poorly, sometimes to an end that we do not deserve. And I cannot tell you to trust my word, because my word is small, and it is little, and it is not from this place. Have you any knowledge of Bahamut beyond the world that has seen it here?
None. What we know is of his wrath and the destruction his kind rains down on us.
I am going to summon my trunk and pull out the book that I have from Donner that was Bahamut's, and hand it to him and say, this was my mentor's. He was a green chromatic dragon, and he loved dearly Bahamut. And I believe truly that Bahamut is by his side, because Bahamut is not a god of anger or a god of wrath. Bahamut is a god of compassion. And Bahamut is a god of justice, and he would see justice in this situation. There's something that has gone horribly wrong that has led to this. And so I would say, do not trust my word. Trust Bahamut. And trust the promise of an arbiter to Bahamut, who Bahamut will see justice to if he were to lie to you. Extract a promise from him. I know Bahamut has been given a poor image to your people because of the work of those who do not really know him, could not possibly love him, to treat anyone the way that you have been treated, because this is not in the name of Bahamut. This is the opposite of him. If anyone is to provide you an ally in a space that you do not have access to, it would be an arbiter. He is young and terribly impetuous and makes remarks and decisions that cannot be accounted for sometimes. But he is witness to things, and he has people around him who would hold him accountable. And for the fears that you have and the concerns and the worries, he is the best person to negotiate with and to speak to and extract a promise from him, knowing that not only would he have to face the beholder and you, but also his god when he dies.
While she's talking, I have sat down on the ground. I calmly grab the storm axe. I reach it forward so the head is touching the ground, and I flip it so the handle is pointed away from me. And I reach into my bag and I get out the parchment where we have all the charcoal. Yeah, all the charcoal markings from the temple, and I don't know, whoever's next to me, I just hand them up to whoever's standing up, because I just want to remain on the floor. And I just say, these were from one of their temples. These are from not a temple, but a burial site of a previous arbiter. And if you look at it, you'll see all manner of beings on that, of those images. From one smith to another, from one dwarf to another. You can see the workmanship there. It is true. We're trying to fix things. As much as we can, at least.
And I will not lie to you, it is likely to get much worse before there is any progress or growth, because you are not dealing with a situation that is just word and deed. You are dealing with hearts and minds that have developed over a long time. But for hearts and minds to change, there must be action.
Dragon Throne, I don't think is going to like us next time we go.
All right. Doran and Rye, make persuasion checks.
And Lauren, at this point, Soix would say, I am sorry that you feel the need to lay judgment upon me for my appearance and position, but I would have you know that I do not hold that against you or yours or anybody. Because as Rai has said, the image of Bahamut that has been given is false.
What the two of you get?
Unbelievable garbage.
Found shoes.
2 plus. It was persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I got a total of 6.
Okay.
16.
We're in persuasion.
Okay.
Well, that's nice. Wish we were deceiving people right now. I'd roll a lot better.
I was actually reading through my runes, and one of my runes gives me a passive thing about rolling for deception.
Whoops.
Okay.
Never mind. It's one of the runes I didn't take.
And I would also note, darling, we only have to let them see what you want them to see. If you would like, we can have them blindfolded to get to the beholder.
Arbiter, would you submit yourself to such?
Trust goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Raya is also turning around and arching an eyebrow.
Right.
Yeah, that tracks.
I'm gonna nudge Rye and just like, don't do it. Let him make his decision on his own.
I would permit Miss Rye to put a blindfold on me.
That sound. Whatever that was.
Then this is what I say. If you and your companions will swear to Bahamut that you mean no harm to my people, to our civilization here, that you will respect the way that we have learned to survive, if you will let us ferry you to the Underlord in the ways that we see fit, including, if needed, a blindfold. If you will entrust your safety to our keeping for such a time. I will guide you to the Underlord's chamber. What say you?
I will say that I will not knowingly or intentionally bring harm upon you or any of your people. I will not knowingly or intentionally attempt to disrupt the community you have with your people. I wish only that you and your people thrive to the utmost possibility that can be offered to any living person on this world.
I'm going to put a hand on the dwarf's shoulder and ask him very pointedly, so how would you classify the Underlord among your civilization and your people? So we may all know the terms correctly.
He is our leader, our sovereign, who guards us and guides us. I would be crass to say he is ours. It's more true to say we are his. Does that answer your question, Miss Rye?
I'm going to look to Celiax and say, well, my darling, I believe it is to you to decide which hard path you're taking.
Well, I did say I would protect theirs and wish no harm upon theirs. So let them do with that as they wish. But for the people of this community, I wish only the best for them.
Celiax, make a persuasion check.
Is this a dwarf?
As a matter of fact, he is.
Well, then I believe I get advantage on those. Thank you, Belt.
I believe you do.
The day you try to
stroking
use
your
that on
beard?
me, the day I'm annoyed.
Well, that was trash. That one wasn't much better. Persuasion, even with advantage, was only a 17.
It's not bad.
I wish I could roll that
It's
well
not
on
great.
persuasion.
It's perfectly average.
That was a roll of 9.
Do what?
Yes, I rolled a 9.
And you got a what?
17. That's bad.
Oh, darn.
Swear your oath. Swear your oath, then. Swear to Bahamut. And we will take you.
Well, what I will swear to Bahamut is what I have said. I will not bring harm to you or your people, and I wish only the best for you and your people.
Of which you acknowledge the beholder as part of the community.
No, I do not. He is your lord, he is not your people. I have not met
But
him.
you would say so. You actually do not intend him harm, but you are waiting to assess him via our conversation.
No, I do not intend him harm, of course not. But I cannot guarantee his safety.
Gotta add that.
Believe, if I
I
may.
don't know what that
It's
is in the background, but it sounds like our impending doom.
Oh, that's my roommate who borrowed my drill and is apparently working on his walls. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, my statement still stands.
Yeah.
I
Judging them by the
From here, it sounds like the screams of the damned.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Happy Halloween.
oh man, based on the seeming power of the Underlord, it doesn't seem like he would be in much danger anyways.
And I feel
Like
like
considering everything else down here.
amongst you and your equals would be best sworn to you, but since you claimed him your lord, I do believe such an oath of fealty and protection to one so powerful, going in without malicious intent, would best be sworn to him on his behalf.
Ryan's gonna bow out of this.
But this is your realm. We have no desire to undercut you, nor do we have any desire to come in and just start a war with you. That has never been the intent. That has never been our desire from the front, and I can say that with full honesty. And if that is what you assume of us, then in all due respect, you do assume wrongly. Just as I've assumed many wrong things in my life.
You will forgive us if
I already have.
you find trusting the Arbiter and his companions difficult. There are centuries of history that have taught us to be wiser. But we see the proof you bring. We have seen Miss Rye in your company, and that speaks highly of you. But when last you were here, your manipulations did not go unnoticed. We still fear you. But Miss Rye is right.
Oh, I was like,
Perhaps the fastest way to get rid of you is to take you to the Underlord himself. If the Arbiter will permit Miss Rye to blindfold him, to protect our people from what he may see, and if you who walk seeing through our halls swear that you have no ill intent on my people, I will guide you to his chamber, and you may deal with him yourself. Or he will deal with you, as the case may be. Are we agreed?
I will do it.
I'm going to look at the rest of our party and see where they stand and what they say.
I think we agree, yes. Do we have any objections?
Here's the tour.
So many, but we're keeping them to ourselves.
I am not opposed to this.
I calmly start to get up from sitting on the floor. I calmly reach to get the storm axe. And then...
Swing it vigorously.
No. I'm picking it up.
You took a point in barbarian, not fighter.
I offer the handle to him. You want to carry this instead of me? Sign of trust, eh?
We will permit you to keep your weapons, but I thank you for the offer.
That's fair.
A sign of good faith. Hopes that one day things may be better. This way. And the guards part to allow you. Yes?
I need to blindfold someone?
Yes, you do.
We hold him down and just like wrap his whole head.
No. I want to push or motion for the guards and everyone who is of these people away about 10, 15 feet from Celiax. And then is there a piece of like his tabard or whatever it is that's underneath his armor that's peeking out anywhere?
No, yeah,
Probably.
there's cloth and whatnot.
I will say to everyone, hold hands. And then as soon as they do, I will touch his tabard and cast darkness on it.
Oh, that's slick.
Okay.
I was so hoping magic was about to be involved.
Okay. So just making sure. Spreads from a point you choose within range to fill a 15-foot radius sphere for the duration. 10 minutes or as long as you concentrate. It spreads around corners and creatures with dark vision cannot see through the darkness. Non-magical light cannot illuminate it.
Sorry, there's a lawnmower going outside.
Is okay.
And the lawnmower's done.
Okay. So yeah, this magical darkness starts to emanate from the point on Celiax that Rai has created. Y'all are all holding hands. You all know where everything is. Who is leading this?
I will take the hand of whoever's going to be towards the front of the pack
Okay.
and be outside of the darkness.
Okay.
Are all of us supposed to be in the
Good
darkness?
news.
So yes.
That is up to y'all. Y'all can walk 15 feet away from Celiax and be outside of the sphere.
I'll walk beside Rai as long as nobody comments.
I'm willing to submit to being blinded.
Submit to the darkness.
Okay.
I will walk.
So Doran is
behind the blob of darkness.
okay. So Doran is staying with Celiax. Kazator is up front with Rai. Halberd drops back a little ways to walk behind. Val, this magical darkness overwhelms you. Non-magical light cannot pierce it. Make a wisdom save for me.
That advantage?
Out of curiosity, advantage or no advantage?
No advantage.
I don't like this. Oh
Take down
god!
a little more, huh?
Wait, did you say wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You're within 10 feet of me, so +4.
Oh, that's even better. 18.
18.
I rolled a 5.
There's a moment where panic starts to overwhelm you, and then you feel Celiax's presence. You are encouraged by the nearness of your friends, and you do not lose your head. You maintain your cool.
A little warning next time. If you don't mind, please. Oh, sweet
So
God.
Val, you can move a couple steps away and be outside of the sphere, or you can move a little closer and stay in it. What are you doing?
I'll find Soliax's tail and like seeing eye dog this thing.
All right, so Val grabs Celiax's tail. Got it. And as y'all are being led to the chamber of the Underlord, we will go ahead and end session there for today.
Oh God!
Oh man,
Good stuff.
We did this.
so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
What did you do?
Thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you for coming along with us on this adventure. We appreciate it. For those of us who are not yet following us on Twitch, please click that follow button. Once we hit 50 followers, we will be having our giveaway. We'll be giving away a copy of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, and it looks so cool, guys. So that will be awesome.
Oh, jutsu.
Thank you, Jordan. Everybody be safe. Everybody be healthy. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Take care of yourselves, please.
Did not do what I wanted.
Y'all have an excellent week, and we will see you next week.
And happy Halloween!
And happy Halloween.
Bye.
Bye, guys.